Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about television. I watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of TV because it's easy to watch a lot of TV when you're in bed all the time. So here are some things that I'm going to talk about today. We're going to talk about Apple TV. We're going to talk about Smart TV. We're going to talk about a couple of iPad apps. Actually, there are apps also on your TV and Apple TV, which the apps are Netflix and Hulu Plus. And also I'm going to talk about Roku. So that's where we're going today. The first thing I'm going to talk about is Apple TV. Do I think it's worth the value? Well, first of all, Apple TV is $100. And if you have other Apple equipment like an iPad or an iPhone, it's really cool because you can integrate and you can poke a button and it throws up what's on your phone onto your TV screen so you can watch videos that way. They recently added Hulu Plus to the mix, which they did not have previously. They had Netflix, and then they had all of Apple's, TV shows, movies, etc. And that was fine. That was great. But Hulu has a whole bunch of TV shows that happen within the space that they're happening. Like on Netflix, the whole season has to be over and then you can go and watch it, essentially. But on Hulu Plus, you can watch a certain number of TV shows as they're running, like the day after they show on cable. So I like that, and it has both Netflix and Hulu have a bunch of other stuff on there too that you can watch. We'll talk more about that later. So Apple TV gives you access to all of those things, plus it coordinates with your mobile devices, and it has YouTube, so you can watch YouTube on it, and it's got sports and news and some other stuff on there that I don't ever use. Plus you can access movies, video, etc. You can access it on any of your devices, and if you have it in your iTunes on your computer, so you can do it that way, as well as you can buy it and download it from the iTunes store, right, on Apple TV. I think that's great. If you've got an HD port on your television, $100 for an Apple TV is a good deal. You can also get Roku for about the same price. I find the operating system to be less it's difficult to explain. It's kind of clunky. Like, it's not as sophisticated as Apple's operating system. Apple's operating system is pretty smooth, just like it is with their other products. Roku does have a lot of other channels to choose from, but I find that not all of the content is consistently updated on those channels. So, I mean, it does give you greater access to the internet in general. Roku gives you greater access to the internet with more channels from different sites on the internet, but a lot of that content is not necessarily stuff that I want to see, and it's not super fresh. I would not say that Roku is a no, and there is a way to connect it to a USB device, so if you have a movie on your computer, you can upload it to the USB device, and then you can play it on Roku, but it's second on my list of two. Pretty much Apple TV is my standby. Now, as to whether or not you should get an Apple TV versus a Smart TV, well, first of all, a Smart TV is a TV that is web-enabled. So I have a Samsung Smart TV, and with it, I can see a variety of things on the internet. It's got a Hulu channel, it's got a Netflix channel, it's got a YouTube channel, and I can just punch on those things and watch content, streaming content, because the TV is connected to my Wi-Fi. And I think that's pretty good. There's also a browser. You can browse the internet for, I don't know, stuff that you want to see on a big screen. The thing is that my particular version came with a standard remote, but really to access stuff on the web without having to poke the arrow buttons 25,000 times, you need to buy the additional remote that has the alphabet on it, and so it's another $150. And that seemed, I mean, the TV itself was already $600, so that makes it a pretty pricey expense. And frankly, the apps that Samsung offers and the browser that they have, it just isn't as sophisticated as using Apple TV or even using the computer. So I don't know, maybe as time goes on, Smart TV is going to be a great thing. it's just, for me, it's just not sophisticated enough yet. I would rather have a little less content and have greater functionality, which is what Apple TV does. And it's $100, people, not $700 and some dollars, and that's at the low end of smart TVs. And I think it's like it's maybe a 40-inch. I was gonna say 38, but I think it's like a 40-inch. I can't remember, around there. If you get bigger or more sophisticated, it's a lot more than that. And so I am definitely into gadgets. I love digital stuff. I love new stuff. I'm kind of a techie, but when it comes to TVs, I guess I'm just not interested in spending that much money to get that much more sophisticated equipment. Probably I won't spend the time that is required to really learn how to optimize it to begin with. So anything that can be readily available and good to go on a TV, and the picture quality is good, then I'm all for it. So I would have to say that if you, like me, watch a lot of TV, Apple TV is great for that. If you have your iPad, I mean, of course, obviously your iPad is great for that too, and to some extent your iPhone, although, I mean, hello, it's small. I mean, it's small, and it's hard to watch anything for a long period of time. But the Netflix and the Hulu Plus apps, both, across the board, whatever device they're on, whether they're on a TV, whether they're on your computer, wherever they are located, I think they're awesome. And I like to use them in conjunction with each other. I'm subscribed to the streaming version of Netflix, and that's, I think, $7.95 a month or something like that. I don't get the DVDs in the mail, so it's the cheapest option. And then I have Hulu Plus, which is $8 a month. And I'm not 100% convinced I'm going to keep Hulu Plus because it does not have all the back episodes. It only has like a certain number of back episodes. So if you want to watch something that is currently running on TV, you can't go back all the way to the beginning of and let's say it's been on for 4 or 5 years, the pilot, and then go forward. A lot of their agreements with the channels that they have these series from only let them have 5 or 6 episodes at a time. And so the episodes rotate off. And so if you don't get in on something in the beginning, that's it. Too bad. You're going to have to find it somewhere else because you're not going to find it in Hulu Plus. Now, you might find it in Hulu on your computer. And Hulu on the web is different than Hulu Plus. Hulu on the web has more episodes. But for me, that still defeats the purpose because I want to watch it on my TV. I don't want to watch it on my computer. I want to watch it on my TV. Now, if you find a TV series on Netflix, you're going to find all kinds of, with a lot of them anyway, you're going to find all kinds of back content. So I, for some reason, got interested in watching Supernatural, which is still a series that's running on the CW, which happens to not be a channel that I get for some weird reason. But I went back to Netflix and I watched like 6 or 7 seasons worth of episodes. Then, actually the 6 or 7 seasons, and then the 8th season, which is on now, I'm watching via Hulu Plus. And that's working out great. In fact, that's probably the best of both worlds. If you can find one that's already on Netflix and then finish watching current episodes of it on Hulu Plus, you're getting the best of both worlds. But in addition, this doesn't mean that I don't have cable. I should probably put this out there. I have AT&T Uverse, and that comes with, I have a couple of DVRs, and record all kinds of stuff that way too. So, yeah, I don't know that I think Apple TV or Roku have reached a point where they're sophisticated enough that they would substitute for a TV, but if you don't have a TV and you want some kind of access to TV-like content, that's definitely your best bet. I mean, that's if you have the internet, you can watch TV for sure. So anyway, for what it's worth, I give my vote to Apple TV. And if you have any experience with Apple TV or a similar product, I'd love to hear about it. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Also, besides Supernatural, I just want to add that I'm kind of addicted to Elementary now. Yeah. What are you addicted to? Tell me.